rahmatullah.
Okay, back. I just connected to a different network. Somebody else in the house must have connected to the Wi-Fi. Oh,
No worries,
right, so
Maulana. I think all of us are all struggling because it's load shedding at different places. So all of us are struggling at the moment.
no problem. Okay, so anyways, well, what I was saying is the importance of learning Sarf is it helps you identify verbs. Um, in helping you to identify verbs, it enables you to process words correctly. And if you can process the words correctly, then it will facilitate your understanding of the language, right? Um, if we don't, and not just verbs, it does it for a variety of words as well, but it allows you to categorize a word by merely identifying its form, and that's what helps you to understand the word. So the Sarf is extremely important. Let's jump right into it. We start off, we just say our Sarf Saghir of the first scale, and then we do the Mazeedfeehi as we've been doing every week. So I think everybody can say it with me. We'll do the first one, Fa'ala. Bismillah. 1, 2, 3, go. Fa'ala. يفعل. فعل. فاعل. مفعول. افعل. لا تفعل. Again. فعل. يفعل. فعل. فاعل. مفعول. افعل. لا تفعل. You can do another verb. Let's take خلق. خلق. يخلق. خلق. خالق. مخلوق. أخلق. لا تخلق. Again. خلق. يخلق. خلق. خالق. مخلوق. أخلق. لا تخلق. Okay. I will do the second verb, second scale. Everybody. فعل. يفعل. تفعيلا. مفعل. مفعل. فعل. لا تفعل. Again. فعل. يفعل. تفعيلا. مفعل. مفعل. فعل. لا تفعل. This feels so weird. Like usually there'd be a whole class thronging with these saying this thing. Now it sounds like I'm saying it myself. I think maybe one person will just put on their mic and say it with me. Inshallah. Just to create a feeling that we're doing it together. Bismillah. Let's see whose mic goes on. Nobody. Okay, then I'll have to do it again myself. Let's do this one again. Okay, there we are. So two now. Uncle Amin. Okay, Bismillah. فعل again. فعل. يفعل.
يفعل.
تفعيلا
تفعيلا.
مفعل.
مفعل.
فعل.
مفعل. فعل. لا تفعل.
لا تفعل.
Okay, now I think too many mics now. لا, I think this is maybe going to work better if I just idle. فعل يفعل تفعيلا مفعل مفعل فعل لا تفعل. Tell me, just remind me quickly, what are the connotations of this second verb?
Intensification.
Okay, one potential meaning that it could, how it could change the meaning, it could intensify the meaning. Another one?
causation.
Yes, it could be. It could, you know, make the meaning transitive or yeah, change to causation, right? That's good. Next one.
A new
New
meaning.
meaning.
it could convey a new meaning, meaning a meaning that's not not the same as the first bab, right? And the fourth one,
Might be the same as the first one.
it could have the same meaning as the first bab, right? So those are the four like main connotations of this second bab. Let's just take one other verb on here. Let's take a new one, not on here. Kabbara, kabbara, kaf, ba, say that for me. كبر يكبر تكبيرا مكبر مكبر كبر لا تكبر. Again, كبر يكبر تكبيرا مكبر مكبر كبر لا تكبر. Again, كبر يكبر تكبيرا مكبر مكبر كبر لا تكبر. What do you think it means?
To make something bigger.
Right. Kabir means big or great, right? So kabbara means to make something great. It can also mean to say Allahu Akbar, to proclaim the greatness of Allah, to like. And how do you know that? I'm sure you would have heard the word takbir before. Kabbara yukabbiru takbiran. Takbir means literally making great. But in our, you know, in our understanding, because of the culture of the language, takbir now means to make Allah great by saying Allahu Akbar. Okay. Then we moved on to the third bab. Third bab. Instead of fa'ala, now we have fa'ala. Everybody say it on for me. فاعل يفاعل فعالا مفاعلة مفاعل مفاعل فاعل لا تفاعل. Again, فاعل يفاعل فعالا مفاعلة مفاعل مفاعل فاعل لا تفاعل. One last time. فاعل يفاعل فعالا مفاعلة مفاعل مفاعل فاعل لا تفاعل. What are the connotations of this third bab?
Mutuality or
Yeah.
new meaning.
Right, mutuality or new meaning. So it could take the meaning of the first bab and then create the understanding that that the action is reciprocal. It's happening from both sides. There isn't just one person doing the action. That or it could have a new meaning. Let's take a word on there. Thinking of a word. I'm just thinking if it's an appropriate word.
Maulana,
Yes.
is it possible just to explain the masdar again on the third bab and the two, and if it could be two for different words, different verbs, please?
Okay. So on this third bab, you'll see in the column, on this third bab, you'll see that we have a column here of the masdar, and it has two options, فعالا ومفاعلة. فعالا ومفاعلة. So theoretically, any root letters that you put on this bab, you can create both of those masadir. You can create a masdar with both of those forms, theoretically. But in practice, not always do they both get used. There are times where they do both get used, however. For example, with the word jihad or jahada, yujahidu, jihadan, mujahada. Both words jihad and mujahada get used often, like are commonly used in the Arabic language. Jihadan and mujahada. So both of those are a masdar of the third bab. So a single word can have both of them. And in theory, you could create it um, for any word on this bab. However, for certain verbs, one in usage, one may be the one that's used commonly and the other one is not used. But you can create either of them. Does that explain it?
Shukran, Mama.
One, right. Yeah, so that's that. Mutuality or a new meaning. Here's another another set of root letters on this bab. La'iba. La'iba yal'abu. Yeah, la'iba yal'abu means to play. On the third bab, it also means the same. But obviously now there is this understanding of mutuality. To play around, to jest. So let's say that. La'aba yula'ibu li'aban ملاعبة ملاعب ملاعب لاعب لا تلاعب. Again, لاعب يلاعب لعابا ملاعبة ملاعب ملاعب لاعب لا تلاعب. One last time. لاعب يلاعب لعابا ملاعبة ملاعب ملاعب لاعب لا تلاعب. And that means to play around. Have fun. Okay, then we moved on to the fourth bab last week. Moved on to the fourth bab. So we will focus on that first line over there. And say it with me. أفعل يفعل إفعالا مفعل مفعل أفعل لا تفعل. Again. أفعل يفعل إفعالا مفعل مفعل أفعل لا تفعل. And what are the connotations of this fourth bab? أفعل يفعل إفعالا مفعل مفعل أفعل لا تفعل. Main one?
Cause something to
Causation.
come down.
Right? Causation, right? أنزل specifically means to cause something to come down, but the connotation of the form أفعل is that it's causality or causation, or it could have a new meaning. But causation is very, very common on this bab. So then we had, we'll just pick another verb on here, aslama. Let's take a new one, completely new one. As'ada. As'ada. Sa'id means someone that is happy. Sa'id means someone that is happy. Sa'ida, or yeah, means to be happy. As'ada, what do you think as'ada will mean?
Make someone happy, Mama.
Make someone happy.
To make someone happy. That's correct. Causation. You see how it works? As'ada, to make someone happy. Okay, let's say that scale. As'ada yus'idu is'adan mus'idun mus'adun as'id la tus'id. Again. أسعد يسعد إسعادا مسعد مسعد أسعد لا تسعد. One last time. أسعد يسعد إسعادا مسعد مسعد أسعد لا تسعد. So tell me, what will a مسعد mean? مسعد.
A person that's making someone happy.
A person that makes someone else happy. A مسعد, someone that is made happy. Someone that is made happy. Now, what's the difference between if I say someone that is made happy and someone that's happy? Well, the differences are very similar. The only thing is that in this case, you know that there is you're focusing on the fact that there was a cause. Right? You're focusing on the fact that there was a cause. So that if a person is just happy, there is something that made the person happy. Right. Okay. So now I'm going to switch quickly to the homework. For homework, I asked you to look at the Mazeedfeehi from the Quran. Right? And we're going to do the Mazeedfeehi from the Quran of the fourth bab.
Malana, if I can just ask something, sometimes we run out of time, and then we don't come to the ones that we are actually struggling with,
Okay.
on the examples of the Quran ones. So can I maybe just suggest, firstly, whoever tackling the ones where we struggled with, and then we can start again from the top, because
Sure.
some of the ones are that some of the ones I was struggling with.
Okay, no problem. We'll do that, inshallah. So we already went through the second bab. Homework was the fourth bab, right?
Yes, Mana.
Okay. So which one would you like me to go through? Which one you struggle with?
I struggled with number 6.
Number 6.
And number 14, Mulana.
Number 6, number 14. Okay. If anybody has
Uh,
anyone that they struggle with, just mention it in the comments and then we'll go through that. Right? But for now we'll look at number 6 first and then we'll look at number 14. So let's look. Number 6. وما يمسك فلا مرسل له. وما يمسك فلا مرسل له. Okay, I can see why you would have a problem with that one. But now let's look at it. Firstly, for both, there's two words that's highlighted here, right? The word yumsik and the word mursila. So those are two words that are on the fourth bab. Right? Those are two words. Wama, and that which, or whatever. And, or you can even say what? Wama, and what? Yumsik, the verb is, how would the verb sound? We have this word yumsik, but now before looking at this one here, yumsik, let's ask ourselves the question. The root letters, remember if it's on the fourth bab, the root letters will be what? Mim, Sin, and Kaf. Now put that on the scale for me. On the scale af'ala.
Amsaka.
Amsaka yumsiku.
Siku.
Amsaka yumsiku. And what does it mean? Amsaka yumsiku means to,
Grip.
can mean to hold something or to withhold. Right? To hold or withhold something. Now, The difference over there is it can also mean to like to hold, to grasp, to hold back, to withhold. All of those are meanings of amsaka, yumsiku. Yeah, it means to hold back, right? To withhold. The verb is amsaka yumsiku. No matter where you go on the scale, you're not going to find this exact form, yumsik, with a sukun at the end. The original form of this word is yumsiku. Yumsiku. The reason it has a sukun on it here and it's yumsik is because this is a conditional sentence. Right? So we have wama yumsik, and whatever he withholds, meaning Allah, this is referring to Allah in the verse, wama yumsik, whatever Allah withholds, fala mursila lahu. Fala, so la, there is no mursil. What would a mursil be now? What you know from this root letters? Ra, Sin, Lam.
Message.
A message, yes, a risala. And then you also maybe know the word Rasul, a messenger. So if you put that root letters on the fourth bab, how's it going to sound? Arsala, yursilu, irsalan, mursilun, mursalun, arsil, la tursil. And what do you think arsil means?
To send a message.
Arsil means to send, just to send,
To send.
right? So, oh yeah, to send something or to let something, cause something to go forth or something like that, right? So let's look at it now. Wama yumsik, whatever he withholds, Allah withholds, fala mursila lahu. So there is no mursil, no one who can send, or no sender lahu for it. You understand? Whatever he withholds, fala mursila. If arsala is to send, yursilu will be the present tense, is sending. Irsalan will be the concept sending. A mursil will be one who sends, or a sender. So whatever he withholds, there is no sender for it. And in Arabic, when we say no sender for it, it means there is no one who can send it. There is no one who can send it.
Now, Maulana, why is it also without the tanween there? Why is it light?
That's a good question. Okay, this word is light here because of the la. There is a certain type of la, we call it a la nafiya lil jins. Ever heard of that before?
Yes, Maulana.
All negating la. So
All species.
yeah, so it indicates the entire genre. So when you have that la, the word that follows it will be nasb and light. Like, and it's always good to just keep one example in your mind. Alif lam mim, ذلك الكتاب لا ريب. لا ريب. So that's your example. Here we have la mursila. You can see raib is light and it ends with a fatha. Mursil, light, ends with a fatha. Exact same phenomena that we have over there.
So Maulana says in this case, if it's a conditional sentence, the verb will get a sukoon. And if there is a la nafiatul jins, then it will get nas.
It will be nasb and it will be light as well. It will have no al. But now I don't want you to focus too much on all of those technicalities. We will focus on them again. We're just looking at how we translate this sentence, right? وَمَا يُمْسِكْ فَلَا مُرْسِلَ لَهُ. Whatever he withholds, there is no one who can send it.
So Mulana, is that always the identification of a conditional sentence? If the verb ending with a sukun, will that always imply that it's a conditional sentence?
Mm, yeah, yeah, usually, or a request. Look, there are other cases in which a verb ends with a sukun. Like for example, if it's a amr or if it's a nahi. But you should be able to distinctly see that because
Yes, the starting would be different. Yes.
yeah, the starting will be different. Correct. But yes, if you have it ending with a sukun, then often, most likely, that will be indicating to the fact that you have a conditional sentence there. And that's only if the verb is present tense, though. It's the present tense verb being used, or the mudari. Maldi verbs don't have has. Maldi verb will always stay exactly the same. The endings don't change. It doesn't sometimes get a fatha or sukun. No, it just stays the same. Right. Okay, number 14. ولا نشرك به شيئا. Okay. The verb here is actually nushriku, but there's something that comes previously in the verse, which should have the meaning of an, and that's what causes this to actually become nushrika. But the verb is essentially nushriku. ولا نشرك. أشرك يشرك. If you go down the scale, يشرك, يشركون, تشرك, يشركن, تشرك, تشركون, تشركين, تشركن, أشرك, نشرك. Ashraka yushriku means to ascribe as a partner, or to ascribe as a partner to Allah. So wala nushriku bihi, we do not ascribe as a partner bihi, to him, shay'an, anything. I understand the difficulty may have come around the fact that it's nushrika instead of nushriku. But the reason for that is actually there's something that would have come previously in the verse that would have caused it to be like that. That would be had the meaning of a and. Okay, let's move that over there, and let's just look at our next bab, inshallah.
Maulana, just a quick one.
Yes, brother.
If how do you know, like that la there, that wala, and the one previously, that special la, that all negating la, how do you distinguish which is which? And if that's not the same, please.
Okay. Number one, this la here comes before a verb. Can you see that? La nushrika, la come, and the nushrika is a verb, a fi'al. Right? If you look at number 6 over here, this la comes before ism, the ismul fa'il, mursila, the ism. So number one, that's your first difference. The la, the all negating la, will come before a noun, not a verb. And also it will be light and it will have a fatha. This la here just comes before present tense verb. So it's just for negation. So the difference is,
Come on.
the one comes before a noun and it puts it into nasb. The other one, here in number 14, it's not this la that's causing it to be in nasb. It's actually something else in the verse. Here it's this la that's causing this word here to have to be nasb. So the first difference is the one la comes before a noun, the other la comes before a verb. Simple. Just leave it like that.
Shukran, Maulana. Just this, if you look at it, just there's two examples. It looks exactly the same, like the two.
It looks yes. I can understand that. But the subtle difference is and this one you must identify that this word here is a noun, mursil. This word here is a fi'al. Even if I show you on our scale, you'll see that. Where is that thing? Yes, nushrika would come from this column here, which is the الفعل المضارع column. You look at مرسل, it comes in this column over here, which is the اسم الفاعل column. You see, that's a اسم column, and that's a, now this one here, that's a فعل column. Can you see that? So that's the difference.
شكرا.
Okay.
Maulana, just a question, Kanala. The fifth one, is that the same context? وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا.
Let me just see quickly.
وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا. Is it the
Yes,
same
أرسل.
context?
أرسلنا is on the, it's a fourth verb, but it is from the past tense verb. الفعل الماضي أرسل. If you go down the scale, أرسل, أرسلوا, أرسلت, أرسلنا, أرسلت, أرسلتم, أرسلتي, أرسلتن, أرسلت, أرسلنا.
Yes, I understand that, but the sukun on the lam,
Yes. No. Okay.
is that also light?
No.
Or is
The
that
sukun
different?
and the The sukun and the lam, yeah, is just because to show you that the na is the fa'il. أرسلنا. And remember, that's why I said past tense verbs, they don't change, they don't get different halves or nothing like that. Past tense verb stays the same always. You will never become light or get a fatha or get a dhamma. No. The past tense verb always stays the same. It's like almost, you can think of it as mabni in a sense.
Shukran,
Right.
Maulana.
Well, and I think it's, if you think about it, it's past tense, so it's already happened. You can't change. You can't change it. So to remember it that way.
Yeah, in meaning and in form.
Yes.
You can think about it like that. Just if the next teacher is here, you can just give me a heads up. That's it, yeah? Okay. So then just let's take a moment and look at the next scale, the fifth scale. Okay. The fifth scale we have here. Tafa'ala. What you'll notice here is that this scale has an extra ta at the beginning, and then it has a shadda on the second root letter. That's what? That's the features of this fifth scale. It has a extra ta at the beginning and a shadda on the second root letter. So the scale sounds tafa'ala, yatafa'alu. And you'll see all of the words have that extra ta and they'll have that shadda. All of them. So let's see. تفعل, يتفعل, تفعلا, متفعل, متفعل, تفعل, لا تتفعل. Let's say it again. تفعل, يتفعل, تفعلا, متفعل, متفعل, تفعل, لا تتفعل. One more time. تفعل, يتفعل, تفعلا, متفعل, تفعل, لا تتفعل. Okay. So for homework, what I want you to do is complete this page. The Mazeedfeehi tables, form 5. I want you to complete that page for homework for me. So what you do is you just fill out the scale. تفكر, يتفكر, تفكرا, متفكر, متفكر, تفكر, لا تتفكر. You do the same for all of those verbs and their translations بإذن الله ta'ala. And then what I want to do is as well, revise all of the other scales. And if you can, just try and find one new word on each scale. One new word on each scale. And then you practice saying that scale. That's all, just this page for homework. Idhnillahi ta'ala. But the most important thing is the revision of the scales. Right? Okay. We're in there for now,
Maulana,
inshallah.
Maulana, someone asked on the chat for the Ismul Fa'il and the Ismul Maf'ul. It's mutafi'ilun and mutafa'alun. Is that right?
Oh, no, that's a mistake. Jazakumullah khairan. Mutafa. Okay, so that must be mutafa'ilun. تفعل يتفعل تفعلا متفعل متفعل تفعل لا تتفعل. The only thing that must be different between the ismul fa'il and the ismul maf'ul, one must have a kasra on the second root letter, the other one must have a fatha. So
Shukran, Maulana.
there's a mistake over there. There is a mistake. The fa must have a fatha on it.
Maulana, is taqabbal on this bab? Taqabbal.
Yes. تقبل, yes, that's correct. تقبل يتقبل تقبلا متقبل 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 تقبل لا تتقبل. It's on this publish. تقبل, may Allah accept. تقبل means to accept. So what I'm going to do is, is there somebody, I'm going to make Sunir, I'm going to make you the host.
Okay, Maulana.
You can just make the next teacher host when they come in. Jazakumullah khairan.